Welcome, dog walkers. Thank you so much for joining the team. The pups can't wait to meet you. Your time with the dogs is invaluable to keep the dogs happy and healthy. Be sure to join the BARCS volunteer page on Facebook so you can keep up to date with the shelter and connect with other volunteers and staff. Volunteers needed their own page just to share all the photos they were taking of the animals. So to see more and share your own great photos, join the BARCS Just Pics group. You should have already received instructions about creating an account on Better Impact. You can use the website or the app to sign up for shifts and log your hours. Let's go over some basic safety. In case of emergency, there are red buttons in each dog room. If pressed, a siren will sound. Don't let this scare you off. It's rarely been needed, so if everyone follows procedures and uses caution, you won't have to use it. Find first aid kits in the front office, kitchen, and training room. Notes on the whiteboard and on each dog's kennel will indicate if you are allowed to walk them and possibly what behaviors to expect. You will be a level 2 volunteer, so do not walk any dogs that say level 3 or behavior unless otherwise specified. Take the chain off the hook to go through. These are to guide the public to the other side of the kennels. When taking a dog out of the kennel, use the middle aisle. This prevents the spread of germs between dogs while they pass, as well as barrier reactivity. Also, dog walkers entering the room can clearly see if someone is there. If the dog appears nervous and does not want to come out towards the center aisle, you may try the door on the outside of the kennel and use caution walking them past other dogs. Before you do this, though, you might want to try lowering the middle divider in the kennel first in order to keep the dog on the side facing the center aisle and try again. This is important. Dogs may not interact with each other on walks. Keep dogs at least 15 feet apart. Unless otherwise stated on the board, the only exception is walking bonded pairs. If dogs are kenneled together, they can be walked together. However, each dog needs their own handler. Most importantly, only take out dogs that you feel comfortable walking. If for any reason you do not feel comfortable, do not take the dog out. Let a staff member know. In addition to reading the notes on the whiteboard, kennel signage is very important. You'll see this green sign on many of the kennels. This indicates that they are still on stray hold. They can be walked and meet potential adopters, but their original owners have 72 hours to claim them. Every dog has a kennel card that gives their basic info. Dogs with red signs are on behavior hold, not to be adopted, and only to be walked by level 3 volunteers. In the future, please consider training with the training team to become a level 3 walker. We always need more. Clearly, dogs with these signs are not to be walked by volunteers. You probably won't see these signs too often. Dogs with these signs are allowed to be walked by level 2 dog walkers. They just might have shown some behaviors a handler might need to be aware of, but not worth putting them on behavior hold for. Typically, those behaviors are mouthiness, jumping up excessively, or leash biting. You can ask any staff member to direct you to a member of the training department. The other sign is just for resource guarding, so don't reach for their toys or their food. Dogs are given this sign if they appear particularly nervous in their kennel. Just be extra patient with these dogs and be sure to let them come to you for affection, and use caution. Dogs with these signs have an adoption application pending, or they've been adopted and just need spay-neuter surgery before they can go home. They still need walks. Dogs with signs that say pending investigation or hearing scheduled are being held through animal control, not BARCS. Unless otherwise stated on the board, level 2 volunteers cannot walk them. Since they are owned animals, no photos of them are allowed to be shared. Dogs with other purple signs that say going to rescue or my family found me are allowed to be walked by level 2 volunteers. All those signs are purple, but an easy way to think of it is if the sign says anything legal sounding like investigation or hearing, do not walk them. Many of the dogs here have medical signage to be aware of. Some arrive here with injuries and medical conditions that are being treated, and all dogs must be spayed or neutered before going home. So that means lots of dogs having surgery. When a dog returns from surgery, they are still sedated, so they are not walked for the rest of that day. The following few days, they will have a handle with care sign. These dogs can be walked, but they have stitches. Try to limit the jumping to the extent that you can, and no visits to the play yard. The dogs need to fast 12 hours before their surgery, so if they have this sign, you can walk them, but do not give treats. When dogs are diagnosed with an upper respiratory infection, a URI, a pink sticker goes on their paperwork. This dog is moved to the room for dogs with URIs, called Mutt Hut. They're only walked in the designated area to prevent spread. Typically, these dogs are moved out right away, but just in case they don't have time to move them yet, be aware of these stickers. Do not walk these dogs in the healthy area. Dietary restrictions are indicated on a yellow sticker. Read what the yellow sticker says to know if you can give treats or not. Look for the word only, like ID only, KD only, etc. Any diet sticker that says only means they are on a limited diet during the specified dates and cannot have treats. So, remember to read kennel signs carefully and only take out the dogs that you feel comfortable with. I know that might seem like a lot to remember, but just know that you can always ask a staff member if you have any questions.